Do good game experiences lead to more sales in the game that you're playing? Montoya responds to last week's video, a spreadsheet, we know I love that, and a poll from our community after these messages. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Today's video has been brought to you by the generous patrons of the games who make continued content on the games possible. The games patrons enjoy monthly giveaways like Steam gift cards, Star Citizen packages, and any game that you want giveaways. Please consider donating just $1 if in any way you enjoyed the game's content. Thank you.
Didn't even get to bronze.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Games. Yes, last week's video, very interesting. We got to share experiences of our 3.5.1 patch playing time with different citizens, both good and bad experiences shared from everyone. Thank you so much for those that responded on this video. It's very eye-opening to see what people thought of the 3.5.1 patch experience. We also heard from Montoya on this one, celebrity post here. They should stop making ships and focus on fixing the game. This is what Montoya got out of the entire video. I think the video was a little bit more in depth than just that narrative, but he's saying only 2% to 5% of the 537 employees actually work on ship design. The guy making the new metallic texture for the new shiny ship to be sold this month has no idea how to fix the bed log out bug. It's not his field. The guy working on the 3D ship mesh trying to find a good placement for the S3 gimbal has no idea how to fix the ship despawn issue. And to keep pushing the narrative that Cloud Imperium needs to stop making ships and focusing on fixing bugs is to be ignorant of these facts. Let me straighten a few things out. We understand that there are different teams inside Cloud Imperium games. We get this. There's different departments within SIG, some used more than others, and we're more talking about the management inside of Cloud Imperium, how the company is actually being managed. Montoya then goes on to state, sup brother, my comment was not directed at you regarding the number of employees. That's good. I'm glad he understands that I've been following this a very long time. I know you know the numbers. He says the question is, would it be better to have more employees or less employees to tackle the development? My opinion, they are expanding way too fast right now and burning through a lot of cash. It's more of a management issue, Montoya, than I think it is a numbers issue. He says, I think everybody can agree that more employees will get things done faster. I don't necessarily think throwing more employees at a problem would solve the issue, Montoya. It's just more of a management issue, like how you're managing the departments, which leads us to the question, how will CI pay them? Well, now you need ship sales. Yes, ship sales do support the game. That is very important that they continue the pipeline of the ships. I'm not talking about taking the ship sales away completely. There's plenty of ship enthusiasts out there. I would never want them to completely put a halt to that. I think that more focus needs to be put on the good experiences of the alpha. Yes, it's an alpha, but I think more people need to understand that the better the alpha, the better the sales are going to be, at least in my opinion. If the perception of the average gamer is that less ship sales will lead to faster development, then they have it backwards. Completely agree with you, Montoya, on that. It's a great and very logical concept that good gameplay experience will lead to more funding. That's exactly what I'm making this video about, Montoya. Thank you for that. And that's why it's a nice segue into this video from last week's video where we talk about experiences. I think it's important that we all have good experiences in the alpha. Many people will scream, it's just an alpha, it's just an alpha. But this is the only game we know. This is the game that we log into. As a gamer, the alpha is our game. We don't know Squadron 42. We're not loading into Squadron 42. My point being in this video is that good experiences generally lead to better sales. For instance, you're playing Destiny. Hate to use this example, don't like the game, but as if you were playing Destiny as a Destiny gamer, if you're having a good experience with Destiny, you are then buying more Destiny DLC. You're buying you're buying into it more because you're having good experiences. Very similar into what Star Citizen is, the alpha right now. We log into the alpha. If we have good experiences with the alpha, we will have more sales in the game. Now, this is my opinion, obviously, but it makes sense. At least I thought so. I asked a question to citizens. Do you think good experiences or bad experiences in the PU are directly tied to ship sales? And interestingly enough, out of 164 votes, only 37% of you agreed that good or bad experiences directly are tied to the sales within the game that you're playing, which I found shocking. For instance, here you see Star Citizen Speakeasy look like he's kind of defending the game when not needed. I'm sorry if I'm misinterpreting the comment here, Star Citizen Speakeasy, but he says ship sales are how SIG makes dev money. We know this. The devs working on ships are not the devs working on game code. Kind of mimics it kind of echoes what Montoya is saying. I think we have a lot of people coming to the defense of Star Citizen, thinking that I'm attacking it, which I'm most definitely not. I want this game to become a reality like many other people out there. But he says the devs working on ships are not devs working on game code. Anyone who thinks I wish they would stop making new ships and concentrate on the game doesn't understand how SIG's revenue works. I don't think we're asking that. And it's interesting because you have a lot of people, I guess, who are used to being under attack, trying to come to the defense of the game, and that is not really the point of last week's video or this week's video, which I find alarming. I actually find that a little alarming. Apologies, Star Citizen Speakeasy, if I got that incorrect, but that's kind of how I took that. Dub here comes in and he says, of course it has an effect. If I play any game I like, I usually buy more DLC or something the game itself is selling me. If I play a game I don't like, I go looking for another game. I really don't know how. Only 34% voted yes. Baffles me. Yes, as me as well. Dub. Rob says, in my perception defense, I would say yes. See, people are very, this is very polarizing, this game. People are afraid to express their opinions, which, come on, Rob, that's good for you. I'm glad that you commented, man. He says, as when I was enjoying 3.4 PU, I probably overspent on pledges as I bought a pack of 4 ships for business setup, including a Vulcan, Vulture, Cargo B, and Prospector from Star Hangar. I have stopped purchasing due to overstretching my resources, blah, 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 blah. Good. So Rob's saying yes. Rob's saying yes, they are. We have a lot of great comments, and thank you everybody for commenting on this. I thought it was very eye-opening. Pierre down here says, I like this, and I liked and loved this comment. When I play the game, I spend money on it in the form of a sub to start with, and sometimes a nice new ship concept or event sale. If I'm not playing, I'll only ever check the website to know if the next patch will fix whatever is broken. So yeah, I mean, that's generally the conception, but you can see a lot of comments here not agreeing, and I'm not quite sure why. I think there might be a disconnect here, but it was really kind of like, wow, okay. But let's look at the numbers. Let's look at a spreadsheet, shall we? I love spreadsheets. Now, this is a spreadsheet showing total sales. It breaks it down very interestingly. I have the actual link down below for you guys to check out. It was authored by Star Citizen, Fastcart, who's a really cool member in the community. So I do put a lot of stock into the numbers here. You can see here that you have a live status amount, the current pledge amount, the average pledge per day at 92,000 since inception of 2012. It shows quite a bit of spending here. I'm not quite sure if it actually puts in the $46 million investment from private investors. But one thing that I wanted to show you guys that I thought was really important about, having good or bad experiences versus their revenue is this right here. And what you can see is this kind of downward trend happening from somewhere around 2014 all the way to 2017, and then you can see that blue line start to arc back up, which shows revenue starting to be just as good as their peak performance in 2014 on the average pledge per citizen, which is, I think, a very important metric. So what you're seeing is people are actually spending more. So perhaps the experiences that we're receiving, even though we're hearing a lot of kind of, people pissed off with 3.5.1 patch, perhaps people are having more interesting experiences with the expansion of the Stanton system, having ArcCorp, having more things to do. And I think that's why 3.6 is going to be very, very important. 3.6 right around the corner, just went to Evocati, I heard, and we will be getting on that topic in the next video. Thank you everybody who spent the time to comment in our community tab. I love you guys. I think it's great. Montoya, thanks for commenting on one of our videos. It was great to kind of go through your thought process and dissect that a little bit, and it's great that you guys get so involved, and this is interesting info here to see actual amount of pledge starting to increase once again. Perhaps people are having better experiences. I don't know. Community doesn't think so. As usual, it was a pleasure, and I will see you on the next vid.